Describe the factors that need to be considered as part of a search engine optimization plan. Planning search engine optimization for a new website. Effective search engine optimization for a new website requires advanced planning. Keep in mind that Google, the largest of all search engines and the tool that will be used by the vast majority of those looking for the website, places a great deal of importance on the age of your website. Therefore, when sites first go live, there can be an extended period of time before they are included in Google search results. Search engine optimization professionals refer to this time as the time period as the Google sandbox, because in effect Google is sitting back to see if you're going to stick around before it decides whether your website is important. How long your website takes to get indexed by the search engines depends on what steps you take before your website ever goes live and those you take after you are up and running. Employing effective white hat, so to speak, SEO techniques, those that won't get you in trouble with search engines later down the road, can go a long way towards getting your site indexed and in Google's results much earlier than you would have experienced had you done nothing. There are several major elements that need to be considered in a website strategy that will make site search engine as friendly as possible. Carefully consider these items before any site is ever going live. 1. Keyword research. 2. Navigation elements. 3. Site hierarchy. 4. Page layout. 5. URL display. 6. Cascading style sheets. Keyword research is the foundation of search engine optimization. You need to have a good understanding of your target market and the search terms that your prospective customers are likely to use to find you. Understanding which keywords will bring targeted traffic to your website is absolutely critical. Navigation elements. When your website is being designed, you want to be sure that your web designer doesn't use images for navigation. This is probably one of the most frequent design mistakes every people who don't use websites happen to use every day. The design looks great, but all those links that look like the text aren't text at all. They're text that's been burned into an image. Search engine spiders can't read the text that's burned into an image, so if your web designer comes up with a neat looking image that has the text green widgets burned into it, and that image points to the green widgets page, the link that points to the page won't be associated with green widgets. Instead, have a designer use real hyperlink text. If that's your targeted keyword phrase for that page, the search engine spider sees the link text and thinks to itself, that page must be about the green widgets. It doesn't get any better than that for the SEO. Image-based navigation. Image-based navigation also include image maps. An image map is a set of instructions applied to an image that tells your browser which page to open when a specific area of image is clicked. For example, consider a map of the USA on a website. When the visitor clicks the state of New York, the page related to New York opens. The problem, there's no text for the search engine spider to figure out the link for that area of the map is pointing to New York and its related information. Site hierarchy. The site hierarchy or architecture of your website is not only important for your visitors, it's also important for search engine optimization. If you have multiple directory levels, such as products, widgets, green, large, waterproof, manufacturer, etc., search engine spiders could have difficulty navigating to the lower reaches of your website to find large green waterproof widgets. Will researchers really be using this much granularly in a search for your products, or will the vast majority look for widgets or waterproof widgets? The fewer levels of directions on your website, the better off you'll be with respect to search engine optimization. Having fewer levels can also provide the ability for visitors to get to where they want to go in fewer clicks. Page layout. In addition to navigation elements, page layout needs to consider other elements that will live on your website's pages for the best search engine optimization effect. For example, sites that use Flash are very difficult to optimize for search, as there's no straight text for the search engine spiders to see. If your site will use Flash, be sure to add enough room on the page to allow for text elements, including text-based navigation links and room for keyword text content. You don't want a website to be nothing but a Flash-based presentation whose display changes when various links are clicked within the presentation. You may have seen sites like this. The URL, however, doesn't change much. Always make sure The web designer makes the pages flexible enough so you can include text you want to include on the page. Some designers recommend scrolling and minimizing scrolling, which is always a good idea. URL display. Complicated URLs can also be complicated search engine spiders. While there are workarounds you can use later in your website is having a problem, it's easier and less costly to consider the issue before the site ever goes live. Dynamic URLs change depending on whatever parameters or variables you have as a web developer. They're also problematic for your visitors. Cascading style sheets, CSS. Cascading style sheets are essentially text files that browsers can access in order to display text or other elements on a web page. Within the cascading style sheet text file is a set of instructions. There are a few reasons why you want to use your cascading style sheets. They make maintenance easier. If you want to change your paragraph text from Arial to Veronda font, you make one change in the CSS file and all pages on your website are updated instantly. They allow positioning of page elements. Since search engine spiders like to find your content as soon as possible, a CSS can be used to place your content at the beginning of the page code, where it's actually displayed somewhere else on the page in the browser. You can use any settings you want for headings. Search engines love tags, and the highest level of tagline is the HTML page.